Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civilization V Brazil. So at the end of the previous episode, I asked you guys what do you think about the wonders that we now can build. Should we try to build all of them or skip? We need to skip one, so which one would you skip? And well, everyone would skip Neuschwanstein, which is understandable. It was mostly about like, do we try to go greedy, get everything, or do we skip Neuschwanstein? It really wasn't too much of a question, like which wonder we would skip if we decide to play it safe. And yeah, I think I will actually skip the wonder. There's also an option to just hard or try to hard build it in one of our cities, but that means investing quite a few turns in a wonder that we don't necessarily need, and our secondary cities are not quite enough developed to give us the luxury like to waste, let's say, I don't know, 25-30 turns on a wonder that won't give us that much in the end. So I'll just pass on Neuschwanstein. What we're gonna do, we're gonna rush Slater Mill, we're gonna get Eiffel Tower, and then we'll actually go electricity with the corporations that we have available. I don't think I need to rush corporations. There isn't anything that I want to get as soon as possible. I don't even think that I like really care too much about corporations overall. It's not like I won't go after one corporation, but I won't prioritize it. Eventually, I'll just take one that will be available. We have like 3 options, I think. So yeah, whatever. I don't really care about the gold, don't really care about the food too much. It won't have like a significant impact on the game long term. But Empire State Building is pretty damn good, so I will try to get it as soon as possible. We are still missing quite a few social policies actually. It requires 19. I'm not sure if they increase the number, but 19 is pretty ridiculous. So that may actually take a while, but I want to have the tech available. So that once we get the social policies, we can start working on it as soon as possible. Also, probably have to build one refinery if we want to get factories and either train station or seaports in all our cities. And it gives us an additional trade routes and is on the way to plastics, which is quite important. We want the research labs, and I may even rush penicillin to get the atomic era as soon as possible to increase the flat yields, but we'll see about that. There are some quite important texts down here, like getting to radio through corporations is probably something that we should think about, and maybe go refrigeration rather than rushing penicillin, but we'll see about that. Okay, I think we can end the turn. The engineer is on the way to Rio. We do have vision in Mecca, so what are you doing? Building arsenal. In one turn you'll be done with that. We have quite a lot of faith. Let's actually do something with the faith. Do we want artists? I think artists can wait for now. We want that engineer ready for the Eiffel Tower. I want to rush as many wonders as possible now. Hopefully we won't have to like hard build a single one, and that will allow our capital to keep up like production wise, and also will give us time for archaeologists, maybe some more units. Now we have quite a lot of room for units, so we'll see about that. Fine, now we can end the turn, I think. We still have to do something with our explorers. Well, let's just reveal all of these remaining patches. 3 turns, then we get another golden age. So we'll use the gold we get from that to upgrade the units, including the musketman. You will be heading this way. Now, what are we doing here? Building a railroad. Keep working on that. You are working on the railroad as well. And I could just use this engineer. It was actually a mistake investing 1 turn into the Slater Mill. Yeah, I should have built the archaeologist. Never mind. 1 turn delay won't hopefully mean that much. Okay, let's rush the Wonder. Then we want the Archaeologist. We definitely want Trace Station after that. Maybe Museum first. We need to focus on the culture if we want to get ideology first. Actually, Brazil is not ahead of us culture-wise. They have 6-6 and rationalism opener +2. And we have 6-6, 1 rationalism opener +1, but we also have artistry opener, so we should have the same amount of social policies as Arabia, which is still good for them, and surprising that they can keep up with us culture policy wise, but at least we are not behind them. And this gives us the chance, if we focus on culture as much as possible, to get ideology first and grab freedom first. And also, of course, with that, get the Statue of Liberty before they can take it away from us. Speaking about Statue of Liberty and biology, they already have the tag. And that's why I'm not, or that's why I didn't queue it up. I will try to steal biology from them. That's the best steal we can get right now. We have 18 turns. Hopefully it will succeed. And we just need to get dynamite and fertilizer, which is 21 turns. But we should be able to find 3 turns somewhere to speed up these 2 tags. I'll just have to keep an eye on the timer. Now, treasure robbed in Rio. Well, someone managed to get some extra money, 24 gold to be exact. Good for them. Yeah, like this, we need more specialists. We are working on it. And you, my friend, will wait here for your task that will pop up in 6 turns. Production, observatory done. It's an interesting question. I kind of want the public school, I want the bank. Bank can be built faster. You don't really get too much from it. We have a ton of money. So it's not the top priority. I maybe should even prioritize the culture over the science. Okay, let's go for it. I think I'll do it everywhere. We'll see in 2 turns how much money we exactly get if we can pay for the museums. That's one pretty important building. There are also units that I want to buy. So even though we are making a lot of money, it's still not quite enough. You will go here. And next. 1-3 coal. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna need all my coal. Okay, what about you? Yeah, done with the map basically. There is just this patch up here and then some fog of war inside of Greek territory that we can't reveal. You know what? You can get rid of this guy. He'll go around this way. And archaeologist. Kind of an artifact first before landmarks. On museum, 13 on museum, and growth. It's more or less this. Is it more or less the same, or exactly? It's exactly the same. Okay, fine. Let's lock the windmill. Speed up the production by a turn. No, the engineer in 16. This way it would be in 13. Does it really matter? I don't think so. We don't really need to rush the engineer. All he's gonna do is gonna just sit in the capital and he'll be waiting for the Empire State Building. There is nothing in industrialization for us. So, you know what? One, two, three. Sign this in 34. That sounds good. And let's lock the artist as well. I'd really like to speed up writers, but I won't be able to do that. Can I get something that will speed up the grade people? Like overall, something that would give us a boost there. No. How many tags does Arabia have? 48, we are at 46. I could grab probably free industrialization. How are we doing here? 17. 19. Okay, almost lined up. Well, next, let's get the extra money. We can reveal a few tiles. So how much are we gonna get? We should get something like 4,500, I think. Not that much actually. Oh wait, we got a lot more. Oh, is it from the current number? Did I just misunderstand? Where is it? There should be somewhere a number. 10,000. And almost 3,000 tourism. Well, let me read it again. Brazil. When a golden age begins, 40% of the golden age points convert into gold and tourism. Well, if 10,000 was 40%, doesn't really like fit the numbers here. 40%. I don't think we are over 20,000 golden age points when the golden age began. And also, what I don't really understand is why we got so little tourism. The way I understood this is that when the golden age begins, the game would look at the cost of the golden age. It wouldn't count the excess golden age points, but I obviously misunderstood that. So from how it's written is that it looks at the number or the amount of golden age points we have at the time a new golden age begins, even if it's like way over the required number. And takes 40% of that much gold we get, and the same amount of tourism, which is obviously wrong. But why? Because the numbers don't like add up at all. The numbers are just completely off. We should be getting, I think, a bit less gold and much more tourism, the way I understand it. Or maybe it just takes like 40%, which also don't add up, but it could be like that. And from the number that you get once you like take the 40%. Let's say 75% got transferred into gold and 25% into tourism. It divides the number you get when you take the 40% unevenly. Just weird. Really don't know how it's calculated, but really how it's written, I'd expect the amount of gold and tourism to be identical. I have no idea why it's different, but whatever. Well, we got more gold than we expected, which at this point is actually pretty good. And we also got writer. The writer, it's 8,000. I think I'm just gonna pop him for culture. We need to get to 19 as soon as possible before Arabia, so that we can get Empire State Building and also that we can get the ideology first. So at this point, flat culture is probably way better. Okay, this is probably as much as I'll be able to see from Greece until satellites. No, there's another plantation. And let's start working on a road here, and I'm gonna get roads on all these tiles. We can afford to pay for some, like, let's say, strategic roads. This fish is too far, and at some point I probably should remove this road. Gold from this Bismarck. That's gold as a luxury, so we probably want that back. 3. Oh, he's not willing to accept 3. In that case, I'll pay him, let's say 215. That's acceptable now. Okay, let's buy it for flat gold. No longer friends with Antwerp, and Belo Horizonte is growing. Is there anything useful for us? There is. Let's lock this tile. And the Sao Paulo. It's gonna work one of the jungle tiles for now. Okay, so if I take free social free tag now, it's gonna be... Honestly, I could just grab fertilizer. Then I won't have to worry about the timing of the spy. Or I could go for Brandenburg Gate. That plus 10 unit cap. That would add so much safety the very late game. And it gives us the general that I so desperately want. It is a bit greedy. But it's not like if I grab military science, I won't get electricity in time there. So it's what? It's 17. And here we are on 16. Yeah, we'll get the tags that we want way before the spy is done. And we have the engineer waiting. I could, worst case scenario, just pass up on the Eiffel Tower. What is Arabia doing? Building a caravan. Problem is, that's one wonder I did not expect to build. I could try to hard build the Eiffel Tower. Just gonna delay some pretty important buildings, but... Okay, let's be greedy. Oh, this engineer is not strong enough. How much would I have to pay? That's fine. And we had even a quest for a great general, so that's a small bonus. Now, 9,000. First of all, this one is gonna be expensive as hell. How many am I missing? 2. And this is the last one. Okay, now we have 5,000. How much is this? 1,000. Before I invest into buildings, I want to upgrade all the musketmen. This is a huge upgrade from musketmen to Gatling guns. I want to have all musket upgraded before I invest into anything else. Go. Okay, we are done here. I'll be able to see anything from this tile. Go. Okay, so we are influential over the first save, or maybe second. Another one. was the reward? Brazilwood to Ram. I actually noticed one thing, that this is one of the few games where Ram is not a jerk. It's actually a pleasure working with him. Arabia, you're gonna love what I'm about to do. I should probably increase my tourism per turn if I want to get these quest rewards. How much time do I have? 32 turns. That should be more than enough. Fortify. Next. This turn I have to remember to check what's Arabia doing now. There is a chance that they are building Eiffel Tower, in which case I'd maybe even ignore it. Nope. What the hell? I checked like 2 turns ago and they were working on Arsenal or Caravan or something like that, and now they have looped down to 3 turns. If this is without any boost, like gold or engineer, if they can hard build a wonder in like 4 turns, then that's quite unfair. Where do we send you? I think I just want... What do I want? How long is the carnival gonna last? Forever. A never-ending party. Probably could afford to get 1 town, but we have so many good tiles, we are not even working all of them. So let's just get more gold. And now... Yeah, 570. We won't have enough money to upgrade everything. How much? 3,000? This one is important. And this is gonna be the last one. Was it exactly enough? Yeah, it was. Okay, nice. And we're gonna need some help in Sao Paulo. Inquisitor. How do I get the highlight for the antiquity sites? There we go. Let's try to get this one. Let's quite dangerous though. May have to send some protection with this archaeologist just in case Arabia decides to do something stupid. Here we are done, here we are almost done. Let's help here. That's a lot of time. How long was that for the engineer? 11. I really want to save one engineer for Empire State Building. And that will have to be this one. Okay, well, let's just try it. We'll check in 3 turns. 48 tags, 40. We managed to catch up. I have a feeling he will get the burst of science again at some point. Next. I just popped something in his capital, so I think... Oh, it wasn't another tag. Kinda expected him to get another tag. What about social policies? Also not getting more social policies. Nice. What do you want me to build? Military Academy. What's the reward? Production in the capital. What if I just rush Military Academy in one of my cities? Well. This would be done in 7. Sao Paulo. That would be 8 probably. You know what? Let's do it. Military Academy. I'll pay for it when I get the money from the merchant. Speed up this railroad as much as possible. You are going here. Start working on the side. Fortify, fortify, fortify. 1 turn. Boom. Let's get rid of the heretics. Need the museum. Museum, that's the one that speeds up musicians, right? No, it speeds up artists. Actually, Opera House speeds up musicians, I think. But still, I want the culture. Culture is more important than science. It's gonna be museum into public school. Oh, this will give us a lot of vision. Nice. I'll just jump up quickly and reveal everything that we can. Fortify. How much money? 700. Next. Oh, here we are done. So we want an artifact. Yes, please. Let's check if we can get more. Nope. We'll have to start training more units. Oh, this is gonna feel so good. I'm thinking about getting the Citadel here. Wouldn't give me so many tiles. Or actually, here I can get what? 3, here I get 2. Problem is, I don't want to leave Arabia with this tile specifically. Because then they can get the Citadel here and they'll be very, very annoying. If I get the Citadel here, then they can get the Citadel on this tile. That will be also quite annoying. It's actually an interesting decision. I'll get it here. Yeah, I'm sure you'll love it. Let's finish the railroads. And it did increase the carnival duration. That's what I was curious about. Yeah. 50 turns. That's one thing I have to give the Brazilians. They know how to party. Do we want to work these specialist slots? Kind of want to work the library, I think. But market, don't really get much from that for now. Maybe when we get more merchants, we can lock them as well. At some point, when we get all the specialists or most of the specialist slots that are available, I'll probably just lock all of them. For now, it's still too early. Are we getting temple? How much money do we have? 2,300. Let's rush the garden and get it first. I think I'll rush the observatory again as well. That's 2 specialist slots in one building that can be built very quickly. Now we have what? 1500. So what I need at some point is like 10 A guns. But we have enough room, so we can still get other units. Just more wrench units right now. How much is a Gatling gun? 1,000. Could try one more field gun. Because when we get artillery, Aniyar will be impossible to defend. Especially now when they removed all the forests around it. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna build railroads here, then I have bridges over the river. I'm gonna run in, pillage their railroads, make sure they can't get reinforcements into position quickly. And Anyar should fall. If we need to do that, of course. But that can wait. First I want my Gatling guns. It's probably what I'm gonna do for a while. Just every time we get enough money, I'm gonna buy a unit. Let's check city-state quests. Somehow we still have one alliance. We have alliance with Sofia? How did that happen? Wow. We have 2 alliances. How do we have 2 alliances with city-states against 5 statecraft civs? This will have to wait. This is not gonna happen. We are working on this one. This isn't gonna happen. Neuschwanstein is not gonna happen. Religion, trade route. Building the wrong buildings for this. I'd have to build hotels or zoos. No, I would have to build zoos. Next. We need an archaeologist now. I'm still behind. Okay, now we want to check their next project. Workshop. They don't have workshop yet. And they can build, hard build one. It was probably hard build in like 4 turns. Yeah, sounds fair. Okay, that's the exploring done. Just in case, I'll ask about the embassy. Let's send the explorers back to our territory. And they arrive, we'll think what we're gonna do with them. But first I want to get them home. City became religious. Yeah, it is religious. It's been religious for a while. Ban Silk, historical landmarks, global peace accords. Germany wants this one. It kind of sucks. If it was a proposal from Arabia, I'd probably even vote against. And Alexander wants to ban silk. Well, we're gonna stop this one. We'll go 1 vote for landmarks. Or actually, how many votes does he have? 9. We could go like -1, +1 just to get the modifier, and then all in level. Remaining 3 votes for the global peace accords. Sugar to Bismarck. Coral from Bismarck. It's a cheap coral. Look at the amount of money he has. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Acceptable still? It is. Sugar coral. There we go. Arabia now allows Sofia. How much are we missing? 4 influence. What am I gonna build on all these horrible, horrible plain and grassland tiles? Could build farms here. Village here. Farms here, another village. We could maybe build like 2 villages here. So bad though. Villages that are not on roads are just horrible. What is the new guy? Yeah, I think that might be acceptable. Okay. Next. Need to pay for the military academy. That's a railroad done. You know what? You can go down here and build more railroads. Want to have railroads on on these 6 tiles probably. I think it's less and less likely that Denmark attacks. Or at least that it attacks in the near future. We can afford it to pay for some extra railroads. Arabia is breaking Sofia. $13 turns. Okay, so they didn't hard build Louvre. That 600 production that we get won't be a huge difference. I mean, it's something. How long, or how many points do we have towards the next golden age? I can just get, wait, 12 turns. Still forgetting that when I pop the artist, it doesn't count as getting the golden age. It actually has to begin, unless it's an artificial one. So it's in 12 turns we get the next golden age. That's too late for us to be able to pay for the Eiffel Tower. How does it look like with our spy? 10, and we'll have fertilizer in 7. Yeah, good. I think at this point we can say that we are very sorry. I didn't mean that. It was an accident. I didn't realize the consequences of my action. I definitely wasn't planning that since like 3000 BC. What's the next great person? Diplomat. Let's check city states. Embassy available. How are so many embassies still available? What are all the statecrafts say? What the hell? There are 2 embassies that I build. Then there are like 2 more. And everything else is still available. And with so many embassies still available, Germany has 13 votes. Next. Okay, this is gonna be an artifact. Which one? Indian. I need more archaeologists as well, I just don't have time for them. Yeah, can't afford to sell coal. Problem is, Arabia has a spy in our capital, so they know what we are doing and how long it's gonna take us. I have a feeling they have a plan for the Eiffel Tower, how to beat us to it. Let's go for 2 more turns. Maybe before we get the road here, let's get the village. Or is it gonna be a village? What would be the other option? I could build a fort here. Could actually be relevant. More relevant than a village or a farm. Next. Gandhi entered industrial era. I may lose this worker, but if I manage to get my railroads here, or maybe even like all the way here, I just need to be able to cross the river on this side, but I kind of want to be able to travel fast through these mountains. Yes, I want railroads on what? How many is that? 2, 4, 6 on these 8 tiles. Then I want railroads on these 4, so that's 12. I think I'll ignore the border with Greece. I think Greece will be so far behind that they'll never be able to do anything. Let's see, they have 38 tags, we have 48, they're already 10 tags behind. Again, we are 2 tags behind Arabia. Impossible to keep up with that guy. Wait, public school. Probably want to lock that. Scientist, still in 68 though. That's a pretty long time. Let's get the zoo. And I think I'm gonna queue up the zoo here as well. And I'll try to get this city-state quest. Leader has 62. Okay, next. Let me check the denunciation. This is unfortunate that Germany and Venice broken their declaration of friendship. But he might be able to get an embassy now. I am willing to pay him 2 gold per turn. Oh wait, that's too early. Embassy is one thing, open borders might be something very different. So that maybe I'll get embassy and open borders right after that, so that I could check those few remaining tiles. We have 3 votes, I mean 4 votes only. I think, wait, 3 votes? How did we lose the 4th one? I think with the, I'm not sure if it's the 3rd and 4th component, but I think that's what's causing this. Some of the numbers just don't add up. The tooltip is sometimes wrong. Well, let's go for the Global Peace Accords. I really need this to pass. And one more turn because I want to see the reward from the city-state. Okay, this triangle is the most important one. Then here and these three. This one can wait. We can get an upgrade. We can get Zeppelins now, but 700 for a Zeppelin. It's probably a bit too much now. I'll just wait here. In between episodes, I'll try to check where we could build citadels. And Bandeirantes can do that for us. So, do you have an embassy? Vilnius doesn't, but can we get an embassy even in Vilnius? Yeah, I'll get embassy in Antwerp. Does he have an engineer in the city? No. You can just fade by the engineer. I think I'll get Arabian artifact. That one might be a bit more difficult to get than the German artifact. It will be easier to trade for a German artifact, I think. Okay, so how does it look like? There is our reward. Ban on the luxury failed. Great. No one wanted it. Historical landmarks pass. Everyone wanted this one. And only Denmark was against global peace accords. What do they want me to build? Zeus. I am building 2 Zeus. I could definitely queue up with... Actually, I have a third one queued up. Well, I think we are done with this episode. Next time we'll get the answer with the question, can we get an Eiffel Tower? We'll also get the answer on the question of the spy, if he succeeds. For some reason, we are not getting level ups for a spa in Venice, so I may have to change this. Let's check if we have one city-state. It's like close to an alliance. Maybe I could go for Sofia. Here we are very close. Let's try to send our spy to Sofia. If I can find Sofia here. So that's two things. What else? Well, we need 2 more social policies to get ideology. So we need 18. We don't need to complete 3 policy trees. We need 18 social policies. So this opener counts. Let's check great people before we end this episode. 42 foreign artists, but we are in no hurry to get more artists. We can always buy one in case we need it. 53 for a diplomat. I think I'll try to get one more, and then I will just stop working the diplomat slot. Engineer in 2. That one will just sit and do nothing. Why did I lock this? Wait, we are not working on the sugar? How did that happen? Let's work the sugar. Engineers, what else? Merchant in 32 in Brasilia. Can we speed that up? We have one more. No, we don't have one more merchant slot. This is an ideal timing because this is when some of the carnivals are gonna be close to the end. So we'll just refresh them. We're about to get quite a few musicians. Of course, these 2 are gonna be delayed a bit. Scientists, well, scientists. I'll have to lock probably all the scientist slots as soon as possible. It's gonna take some time to get scientists anywhere other than in our capital, but we should be able to still get one in each city if I lock the scientists now, and in the end it might be pretty relevant. Right there in 18. And that's it. Next general, that's still the same, of course. Okay, well, as I said, we are done with this episode, so I hope that you liked it. I hope that you can join me next time again. And until then, have a good time. Bye-bye.